Dating a miserable, insecure woman will be the death of you. Let me say that again. Dating a miserable, insecure woman will be the death of you. Let me explain. You could give that woman a fucking kidney and she'll complain about you being in the hospital for giving her a kidney. You could be loyal, honest, have integrity, show up for her, and she's still going to complain about the laundry not being done. And then when you do the laundry, she's still going to complain about how you folded the towels. Every single time that woman asks you for money, gifts, trips, vacations, anything like that, and you give it to her, she's still going to complain about the hotel room or the way that it's set up or that she would have planned it differently or better. You could cook for her and it's not going to be the right food. You could clean for her and like I said, she's going to still bitch about the towels. You can do all of the grocery shopping without ever calling her and she's still going to complain about the brand that you buy. You could be emotionally in tune and actually understand her feelings and her emotions, but if it's not at the right time that she needs you to be emotional or in tune with her, then she's still upset. You could show up with cards, candy, flowers. You could know every single date or anniversary and still get her gifts on every special occasion, and she'll complain about the type of gift that you got. You can be loyal, not look at any other women, not look at porn, not follow naked women on OnlyFans or on Instagram, and she'll still accuse you of being in love with your ex-girlfriend. And this is all while she simultaneously bitches you out every single day. She's unhappy, she's rude, she's disrespectful, she doesn't like any of your friends, she doesn't want to do anything fun, she's just inherently miserable every step of the way, she doesn't sleep with you, she's not interested in any of your hobbies, she doesn't want to get to know you any further. She emasculates you, she talks shit about you to her friends, or if you do actually go out together, she talks shit to you in front of everybody. She hates when you're successful, she hates when you're happy, she hates when you go to the gym, she hates when you level up, she hates when nothing is about her and you start to do better in life. And this is all while you're trying to balance being a better person and doing more for her because you think doing more is going to make her love you more. And this is the same woman that is bleeding your bank account dry. She is bleeding every ounce of success out of you. Every emotional feeling that you feel. You wake up tired, drained, miserable too because she has sucked the life out of you because you're trying too hard to please her. And the worst part about it is if you finally get the balls to confront her about how selfish and insecure she actually is, she's going to play the victim and then call you a narcissistic piece of shit and still dump your ass even though you did everything for her. Stop dating these women that are insecure, that want to use you, that have no emotional intelligence and just want to treat you like shit and take everything from you while she gives nothing in return. Okay, bye.
And it's funny how women will talk about the after marriage effect where they show where a man drains them. But God forbid a man say, shoot, my wife drains me every day. You don't see me posting images online. Well, that's probably because it's you. That's probably because you're the problem. So you don't have pictures where you look drained. I definitely am. It's just that I have to keep on working. You have time to take pictures of you being quote unquote drained and tired. But y'all don't realize she's right. Your insecurity, your nagging, your constant complaining, I never do any right, definitely drains me every single time. Every single time.
Can someone explain to me why I just saw a woman's post where she's saying that women no longer need the financial support of men and that the problem is men because they are not emotionally in tuned and they need to bring more to the table? And to that I ask you is, what about all of the women still taking alimony from their ex-husbands that refuse to get a job? What about all of the baby moms that claim that they do it all by themselves, right? But at any given point, they're texting their baby daddy like, yo, where's my child support? I'll take it even a step further to the women that are dating and who have dated intentionally just to get free food, like the woman who spent a month going on a date every single night so she didn't have to buy groceries. And let's be so for real, it's not that men are not changing and that men are not evolving. It's simply the fact that so many women only focus on the negative aspects of a relationship that they starve the relationship of having any positive outcome. So even though your man is changing every single step of the way and he's doing all of the things as you ask him to do it, you'll still tackle on the next thing because the goalpost keeps changing. And let's not forget the amount of women who still depend on a man in some way because they would rather spend their money on maintaining their appearance than investing or putting it towards retirement or setting up a future for themselves that exists without men. And let's not forget the amount of women that when they talk about what they look for in a man, it's never about his kindness, his emotional maturity, all the bullshit that these women claim that they want. The first thing out of their mouth is that they need a providing man. But when that man provides in the way that he knows how to provide, if it's not the way that you conjured it up in your imaginary mind, then he's not a provider and he's like DL gay and he doesn't like women and yap about how men hate women. And the truth is, men will absolutely provide financial stability to the women that they feel deserve it. So if you are a lazy ass woman who is uninspired, has no ambition, wants to basically be a teenage adult and sit home and eat snacks and scroll social media for 8 hours a day, that man's not going to like you. He's not going to respect you and he's not going to want to continue to provide for you. Like, make it make sense. It's the same way that you don't want a bum ass loser that doesn't have a car or a job. Well, grown ass men don't want adult children as their wives. Okay, bye. If you walk in front of a woman, you're not gentleman enough. But if you walk behind a woman, then you are potentially dangerous and could be looked at as a rapist. Scold your children, then you're a monster of a man. But if you don't scold your children enough, then you're not in tune with your fatherhood. Text a woman too much, then it comes off desperate. But if you text her too little, then you're not putting in enough effort and you're an effortless man. If you cry too much, then you're a weak man and a baby and a man-child. But if you cry too little or not enough, then you're an emotionless man and not emotionally intelligent. At work too much or too late, then you're an irresponsible man. But if you're not working enough, then you're lazy and probably a jobless man. Or a man that takes care of himself and gets ready in the morning, then you're a girly man. But if you don't take time to get ready and you lack hygiene, then you're a disgusting man. Out or get angry, then you're not disciplined enough. But if you stay quiet and you're a doormat, then you're not man enough. If you care about money and finances, then that means that you don't put enough into your family. But also, if you make too little money and don't care about finances, then you're irresponsible and not doing enough for your family. If your wife beats you up, then you're a weak man. But if you beat up your wife, then you're disgusting and you're a disgrace. Of course, if you cheat, it's your fault, but if she cheats, it's also your fault. Okay, bye. Girl math is constantly complaining about dating broke dudes, but then they have Cash App in their bio. Girl math is claiming that you're independent boss-ass bitch while you're receiving government assistance and child support. Girl math is cheating on the nice guy or treating the nice guy like shit and ending up with a douchebag, but then crying on the internet about not being able to find a nice guy. Girl math is being a bitter baby mom. You don't really want your ex back, but you don't want him to be happy either. I guess that's most girls, actually, not just bitter baby moms. Girl math is having a boyfriend that always makes effort and time and dates, but because it's not a 5-star restaurant, it's still not good enough. Girl math is getting on the internet and saying oddly specific examples of like a football player, but at the same time, simultaneously calling yourself out basically for your horrible life choices. Girl math is making 100 fake social media accounts just to stalk your ex's new girlfriend because you're jealous and can't get over it, even if you don't want him back in the first place. Girl math is calling men ugly, but wearing filters, lashes, hair extensions, and self-tanner. Girl math is actually just another excuse to shame men on the internet, just the same as the ick trend. Okay, bye.
Unfortunately, this is what a lot of men have come across. You can't really make a woman happy these modern women anyway, and it's tough too. And so a lot of dudes would rather step away from that and start looking to hobbies that actually fulfill them. And I know a lot of modern women out there want to say that he's miserable, but not really. If I don't have a bill, if I don't have to be a makeshift ATM, a mobile ATM, a walking ATM for you, then why would I be upset?
If a girl that you're dating isn't putting out, she doesn't like you. If she suddenly wants to take things slow after you guys were talking and dating for a while, it's because she doesn't like you. She's either weighing her options, still stuck on an ex, or doesn't really care about you. There is no woman on this planet that gets into a relationship and doesn't put out. All these women that are like, oh, I want to wait 3 months, I want to wait 4 months and make a guy court her for all this time is bullshit. Because the men that she really likes, she's going to sleep with them very quickly. And I don't mean that these types of women are sleeping with everybody that they get to know, but the ones that they actually like and care about and want a relationship with, they are going to sleep with them, period. It's the easiest thing to understand. She'll say things like, let's see how this goes, or I'm not really sure, I still need more time. When women really like someone, they're really whores for them. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Okay, bye.
A lot of men do get married because they want a maid, a chef, a house cleaner, like all of these things, which that's totally fine if that's his wants and needs out of the partner. But then don't expect for her to bring in income just as much as you.
Women say this as if there's not women out here that don't marry men just for money. Women say this as if they don't use certain men for a security net based on who they have children with, because they know that that's going to be the fallback guy for the rest of their lives, knowing damn well that he was never the one to begin with, but they marry them anyway. This is also like saying that women only get married for an electrician, a mechanic, a plumber, a landscaper, etc., etc. But let's be so for real. Women are so delusional in the sense that like they have this idea that they're cooking and they're cleaning and they're slaving away, when the majority of women literally just watch their husband's location and clean and do laundry and give the illusion of productivity 30 minutes before he's on his way home. It's almost like the idea of a traditional woman who is actually being productive to the household no longer exists. And then they get online and cry about how they have like this mental workload and they want their husbands to be their emotional support animal rather than their partner. And they want their partner to also be their father figure who pays all of their bills while they basically are adult teenagers. But y'all never want to have that conversation. It's always circulated around, oh, men are only using women, blah, blah, blah. But y'all never want to talk about how women use men. And let's be so for real, it's not just marriage stages of a relationship with men and women that women are using men, because let's not forget the men that are friend zoned. Let's not forget the men that are being used for dates and financial gain. Let's not forget the amount of women that are on OnlyFans that are subjecting themselves to profiting off of men in the first place. But right, it's only men that are using women for a maid, a chef, and all of these things, even though there's women out here using men to fund their entire lifestyle and give them sponsorship. Okay, bye.
Men need to stop lying about their height. They need to stop lying about their height. I hate being on the apps. I'm not happy to be on there, but like so is life at the moment. And I'm 5'1". I'm a short girly. And when you say you are 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", whatever, I'm like, you know what? I'm short. That's tall to me. It's fine. When you show up and you are literally barely taller than me, I can tell that you're lying.
How about this? Let's just make a deal. Right here, right now, then. Men will stop lying.
I mean, these modern women will sit up there and lie. They'll take a photo at an angle. Then if a man has to spend any more than like a few seconds trying to see if that's you, you've lied. You've effectively catfished. Well, it's about the angle. It's about you lying. You lied.
About their height when women stop lying about how they look. Y'all will show up to dates because you posted pictures from 2 years ago when you were 20 pounds lighter The lashes, the hair extensions, the freaking lip filler, the Botox. Y'all don't even look like the people in your photos, but then when that man rejects you because you don't look like your photos, you get online and cry about how all men are misogynistic and disgusting and all of this bullshit that you guys like to spew on the internet about how all men are trash because he didn't find you attractive, but y'all never want to acknowledge the fact that you catfished that man in the first place. So how about when you show up as your authentic self and you actually are the person that you say you are, men will stop lying about their height. Some of y'all are lucky that milk cartons and shit don't exist anymore, because if you went missing, nobody would be able to find your ass because you look nothing like your photo. And the funny thing is y'all never ask yourselves why men lie about their height in the first place. Maybe because y'all are so vain and so superficial that you think a man that is 5'7" or 5'6" is not going to take care of you. And y'all will choose the man that treats you like a piece of shit just because he's 5'10" or 6 foot. Y'all need to stop asking for things that you're not going to give in return. If you are not going to show up honestly as yourself and post pictures of yourself honestly, then don't expect men to be honest about their height. Okay, bye.
Things I would change in family court if it were up to me. If you get caught cheating, that means you get nothing. It also means that you have to go to court to fight for what you want, including 50-50 custody, and you have to pay legal fees for both sides of the fence since you're the cause for the separation or the divorce. Alimony should be 1 to 2 years max. Your ex is not your employer. Get a fucking job, get your life together, and don't depend on your ex. Child support should be automatically 50-50. And if you claim that he's abusive or she's abusive, you better have extensive proof. Not just he said, she said. If you move out of state without letting the courts know or letting your ex know because you're bitter or you have to move back home, it should automatically be considered child endangerment or child kidnapping, and you should be looking at jail time. If you cause any paternity fraud at any point, you should automatically be given jail time, but you should also go into a database. So if you get pregnant again, they automatically do a DNA test, assuming that they don't automatically do DNA tests in the future. Any kind of parent alienation, any kind of difficulty trying to co-parent, which means not answering phone calls when you should be answering, or making the kids not talk about things that they should talk about, will terminate your 50-50, and you should have to go back to court and again pay the legal fees for both sides of the fence. If you are a type of person that has multiple people around your children within the first year of being separated or divorced, that should be considered child endangerment, and you should be looking at jail time. And again, that would terminate your automatic 50-50. Any type of talking shit about your baby daddy or your baby mom should be considered defamation, and you could be looking at being sued. And if you get sued, you should have to pay for both sides of the party since it resulted in the consequences of your behavior. Automatic prenups, and that would also include any type of parenting plan that hopefully is written up before people get bitter to make it easier. And lastly, if you leave just because, then you're entitled to absolutely nothing, and you're going to have to figure it out and go back to court. Okay, bye.
6 subtle ways that your girlfriend or your wife is bullying you in your relationship and you don't even realize it. The first one is the crier, the woman who cries every single time you bring up an issue, and she's doing that so you will feel guilty about making her cry rather than finding a solution to the problem that you have within your relationship. It is a manipulation tactic, and she's bullying you into feeling like you're the problem and it's all your fault when she cries about everything. And this isn't like a one-off situation. This is somebody who will literally just start crying every time you bring up a conversation that might be uncomfortable. Next one is the person who blocks your feelings and your needs every single time you try to have a conversation with them, and they turn it around and say something like, what about my needs? What about what I need in this relationship? And then you spend the whole time arguing about what her needs are and her expectations and how you're not meeting any of her needs, even though you came to her with the problem first. The next one is the controller, the woman who is going to control every aspect of your life, from the clothes that you wear to the way that you talk, to the people that you hang out with, from the way that you do the dishes and the laundry. And at first, In the relationship, you might think this is cute, you might think this is awesome, but over time, she will bully you and belittle you all along the way about how you fold towels, how you make the bed, how you do laundry. It is going to be a constant bullying situation because it's her perfectionism and she can't let it go. She is crippling your self-esteem. She will emasculate you. She will, put your self-worth through the ringer because literally everything that you do is going to be wrong because she needs to control every aspect of the situation and your lives together. Probably don't even recognize in your relationship is what I would call the challenger. The type of person that every time that you have an issue or you need to bring something up that's serious in the relationship, she is going to challenge you every step of the way. That means everything that comes out of your mouth is going to be challenged. It's not going to be validated. It's not going to be accepted. It's not going to be anything other than a challenge, which means she's going to flip it and ask you 1,000,001 questions. So by the end of the conversation, you are the one left confused. The next one is probably the most common one and the one that you guys have dealt with the most is the type of woman that will bully you every single time you have an issue by blaming you and making everything your fault. There is no need for an explanation here because I can guarantee you the majority of men in my comments have experienced this 10 times over because everything ends up being your fault. Lastly, another super common one that a lot of men don't even recognize in ways that they're being pushed around too much is by someone who wants to change you. They want to change the way you talk. They want to change the friends that you hang out with, the way that you dress, the way that you present yourself. They want to change your hobbies. They want to change everything about you. And at first, you think it's cute. Okay, you guys have common interests. But then over time, it becomes so controlling and manipulative. And before you know it, you're being bullied into going to girls' nights or letting her go to girls' nights or be out all night, or your boundaries are being bullied at every single turn because she's trying to make you into someone that you're not. With all of these things combined, I can almost guarantee you that the majority of men in relationships have experienced all of these at one time because they're consistently being bullied without even recognizing it. So I hope this helps. Okay, bye.
Honey,
Yeah.
can you come here real quick?
Ugh. What?
Okay.
What?
When you load the dishwasher, next
Yeah.
time can you please do it the way I do it, and you can't just pile things on like this.
Oh, no. You know what? Next time, I can just not fucking do it at all if you're gonna critique how I put this
Yeah,
in the
but
dishwasher.
this won't get cleaned.
It will get cleaned. It all gets cleaned eventually. It will be fine.
It's not that big of a deal. It's just a dishwasher. Can you just load
Oh,
it?
it's not that big of a
Can
deal.
you just load it correctly?
It's not that big of a deal. You can do it yourself if it's not that big of a deal. I tried to help you and all you do is critique it.
Most women need to give up this idea of perfectionism. It's not a real thing within a marriage or a relationship. There's so many women out there that would prefer to be right rather than to let their husbands do it the way that they do it. Like, imagine your bills are paid, everything's taken care of, he's providing for you, he's doing all the things he's supposed to do, and you're bitching about a towel or how he loads the dishwasher. It's like that angry teenager that's getting pissed about having to take out the trash, even though their car payment is paid for, their insurance is paid for, they don't have to pay rent, etc., etc., etc. It sounds childish, right? But then also treating your husband like a man-child and making him feel inadequate is no way to show support. I know that this is supposed to be one of those marriage humor skits, but I think this is also relatable, like even without the skit. And what I personally think it is a lot of women need to give up this idea that their husband has to do it exactly the way that they do it. So imagine for one moment, this man has grown up his entire life, and one was either never taught by his parents on how to properly load a dishwasher, or that's how he's always done it, and no one has been there to show him otherwise. And then the wife comes in and tells him that he's been doing it wrong for the past 20 years. Or imagine if the roles were reversed and a woman learned from her mother how to fold towels, and now all of a sudden the husband is telling her, hey, you're doing it the wrong way. And most of y'all have a lot of resentment within your relationships and have more problems than just the dishwasher, and it manifests over time. And then when he loads the dishwasher improperly, y'all freak out because you don't know how to communicate and you treat him like a child instead of the man that he is, and y'all wonder why you have problems in your relationship. Okay, bye.
And this is the stuff that makes men tired. It drains men over and over again every single day, having to hear this nonsense. Why in the world would I want to be with somebody, if this is exactly the thing that I'm going to hear every day?
I don't know what man needs to hear this or who the fuck you need to send it to, but the moment that you allow a woman to recognize and understand that she can treat you like a doormat is the moment that you screw yourself over every single time. Let me explain. It doesn't matter if you're in the talking stages of a relationship, if you're married, if you're dating someone, the moment that you allow that woman to throw a tantrum, disrespect you, yell at you, scream in your face, break your property, be absolutely toxic and diabolical, and you take her back or continuously put up with it, and she recognizes that she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, and she controls the entire situation, is the moment that you screw yourself over. This also includes any woman that tries to gaslight you by telling you that she's just posting provocative photos for other men online because it makes her feel good, or she worked really hard for her body. She is disrespecting you. Every single time she tells you that he's just a friend, or it's just a coworker, or it's not like that, she is fucking full of shit if she's constantly disrespecting your boundaries about a man that makes you uncomfortable and you're not insecure for that. Stop letting her treat you like a fucking doormat. The moment that a woman recognizes that you will put up with anything is the moment that she is going to put you through everything. Let me say that again. As soon as a woman realizes that she can get away with anything, she will put you through everything. And this includes, if you decide to marry this woman, what she will do in the divorce stages of your relationship, or to the kids, or using your kids as a pawn. She shows you every step of the way the type of person that she is, and that does not change over time. The behaviors usually just get worse. So in situations where you think that you're being nonchalant and you're not arguing, or you're trying to avoid a conflict, all you're doing is teaching her that you are a fucking doormat who doesn't defend himself, doesn't stick up for himself, doesn't have a voice for himself, and she gets to control you for however long that you allow it. And yes, you are allowing it. And at the end of the day, the only person you end up screwing over is yourself, because you're allowing and tolerating this kind of toxicity constantly in your relationships, and you need to cut the shit. Okay, bye. Stay away from women that use the phrase, I don't owe you shit. Women that say, I don't owe you shit, are the most toxic, narcissistic, manipulative people in the world, because she is the same woman that will expect you to give her your entire retirement fund, all of your money, pay for all of the dates, show empathy, show sympathy. But when you want something or need something from her, and she's pissed off and she's mad and she wants to manipulate the situation, she's going to say, I don't owe you shit. These are the same types of women that will fake their entire identity, their entire personality to be your perfect dream girl, and you will fall for it. You will maybe even marry her. And then when you guys have kids together and you guys decide to co-parent, every single time you need information about your children, she's going to tell you, I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you shit. If you are going through something, maybe you lost your job, all of a sudden, I don't owe you shit. When she's mad, when she's resentful, when she's bitter, when she's angry, she's going to tell you, I don't owe you shit, because women like this lack any kind of understanding of what you're going through, or any kind of empathy to even want to understand you. Women have normalized this toxic ass behavior because they don't want to actually have healthy relationships and take feedback. They want to make it all about me, and I don't owe you anything, but yes, give me everything in return. So if she says this phrase about anyone in her life, not even to you initially, you need to run the other way, because this is a preview and a little clip of how she's going to treat you in the future. Women that say they don't owe you shit are women that don't know how to communicate, have emotional immaturity, don't know how to hash things out, so they're continuously going to give you the silent treatment and be nasty and rude and don't know how to problem solve or resolve conflict. So their only response is, I don't owe you shit. And it's because they think that they're better than you and they think that they are above you, that they don't even owe you an explanation. It is toxic, it is mean, it is disgusting, and the fact that so many women have normalized this behavior is actually freaking crazy, and y'all need to seriously run the other way. Okay, bye. Y'all, I haven't even been posting in forever, and I had to come out of hiding for this next one.
It has to be studied how men will claim they've never been treated right, but will push the girl away who will literally do anything for them. Like, sir, what do you mean you've never been loved right?
Let's be fucking honest. These men are fucking suffering from unhealed trauma, entitlement, and fucking misogyny. I'll explain. Unhealed trauma because they daddy wasn't shit and they mama wasn't shit, and they said, everybody always abandoned me my whole life. So when they grew up to not be fucking shit either. They grew up to treat other people like shit. And relationship after relationship, they continue to blame the other fucking person because they just wouldn't let me be me. They kept trying to change me. They just weren't happy. They were crazy. I didn't do anything. I just loved them too much. Want the freedom to treat you like shit or however they want without you holding them accountable.
I genuinely don't even know where to begin in this video, because what do you mean that a man saying that he's never been loved or treated properly means that he's misogynistic and entitled? Like, do you hear yourself when you talk or make this shit up in your head to avoid accountability? Imagine a woman came online and said she's never been loved properly. Would you sit there and gaslight her and tell her that it's not true? Because that's exactly what you're doing to the men. How many women have ever taken accountability for yelling, for screaming, for talking down to a man, for emasculating a man, for making fun of a man, for mentally, emotionally, physically abusing that man? Probably fucking never. So you want to talk about accountability? Where are women owning up to their own shit? You want to talk about entitlement? Last time I checked, women think that they are automatically entitled to a man's time. If you start talking to a man, then all of a sudden y'all think that he owes you his quality time. But not only that, is you expect him to pay for everything, so you feel entitled to all of his money. So if he's earned his money for the last 10 years, but he's known you for a week, you think that he should be taking you out on dates, spending money on you. He doesn't even know you yet, but y'all think that you're entitled to everything that he has already built before you. Like, make that make sense. And then to sit here and pretend like everybody cares about mental health when you're literally making fun of somebody's actual trauma. And obviously, your entire video is some form of projection, because since when do you get on the internet and want to cry about someone's trauma or their accountability while simultaneously doing the exact same thing? What is it? The men that you want aren't interested in you, so you're pissed off, or you're not conventionally attractive enough to attract the men that you desire, so you're pissed off and you have daddy issues? Like, we can go on and on all day and back and forth, but at the end of the day, if a man says that he hasn't been loved properly, since when are we making fun of that? There are men out here that don't speak up, that keep to themselves, that are providing every single day for an ungrateful woman. How many times have men gone into conversations where they haven't wanted it to start as an argument and it turns into an argument because she wants to bring up shit from 3 years ago? Or how many times has a man been on a grind trying to build a future for his family or for his girlfriend, trying to build a company, trying to be successful, only to then be accused of cheating because she's too busy scrolling fucking social media and, the internet is telling her, oh my God, he hates you. It's misogyny. Oh my God, he hates women. And that same woman will never tell you that he's on the grind for her, that he's busting his ass for her, that everything around her that she has is because of him. And all this is the fact that you are the exact woman that this woman is talking about. You are the type of woman that is not treating men properly. So when things go sour, now you want to blame it on their misogyny because you don't want to take accountability. So take a fucking look in the mirror. Okay, bye.
I mean, at what point in time can a man actually express himself without modern women making fun of him? How come y'all are not emotionally available? How come y'all are always emotionally unavailable? How come y'all never talk to us? How come y'all never open up? How come there's no vulnerability here? You're hiding from me. I feel like you don't share anything with me. Well, I mean, we talk about men's mental health and y'all think that's a joke. We talk about, well, you talk about the male loneliness epidemic, which I didn't know that there was one. But then you're saying, well, men aren't lonely enough. And it's a whole bunch of foolishness over and over again, which makes men not even want to be around you.
All the men out there, just know that every single time that she emasculates you, she puts you down, she talks shit to you, she cheats on you, she lies to you, she feels like she has to put her butt cheeks on the internet for validation. Just know that this is a woman who hates herself and she's projecting all of her hatred towards herself onto you. Some of you need to really learn that a lot of these women will project all of their self-hatred onto you to bring you down to their level so they can feel better about themselves. And then they get on the internet talking about, oh, all men hate women, blah, 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 when really inside they hate themselves so much that they want you to feel the same level of angst and hate toward yourself. There is absolutely no reason in the world that a woman should talk shit to you, emasculate you, talk about your manhood, talk about your finances, or talk about you in any kind of negative light if you've done absolutely nothing to deserve it. A lot of these women do not just have daddy issues, they have a lot of mommy issues because they were raised by single mothers who taught them to hate men. Oh, and here's the kicker. If a woman tells you that she used to sleep around and now all of a sudden she wants to be pure and she wants to be celibate with you because she's trying to somehow be a better woman, don't let her gaslight you into making you think that it's about her growth. It's about her using you to get you, to get what she needs out of you, then to dump you for the guy that she actually wants. You have to understand that so many women are so manipulative and their only goal is to get as much out of you as you can provide, because a lot of you do pride yourself on being providing men, and the women that know that will suck your life out of you and soul suck you into being a shell of a human being and then turn around and call you narcissistic while they simultaneously gaslight you into being lesser of a human because they hate themselves. These are the same types of women that will consistently accuse you of cheating when you've shown them your phone time and time again. You've been honest. You've been loyal the entire time. They have a level of insecurity. They are weak-minded and they take it out on you. Okay, bye. Majority of dads are not narcissistic, abusive pieces of shit. Most women will tell themselves that he is a narcissistic piece of shit so she can justify whatever her toxic behavior is, and two, so she can justify leaving. Because someone explained it to me how dads will go from father of the year, he's such a great husband, but now that she wants a divorce and she's unhappy, he's a piece of shit, he's narcissistic, he emotionally and physically and financially abused her. To all of the men that are out here struggling, just understand that she's trying to paint you as the villain so she never has to look in the mirror. And all she's going to do is turn around and have those same toxic traits in her next relationship. But not only that, is she resents the fuck out of you because, one, you stayed committed to her and all of her toxic behavior, and she hates you for that because she didn't stay committed to you within the relationship. She gave up. But not only that, she likely moved away back to her hometown or moved in with her parents because now she's doing the whole single mom vibe, and you cannot help her on the day-to-day because she moved so far away that is the only reason that you just get weekends or you just get, spring break and summer breaks. And she hates you for it because now she has to actually do everything by herself. And then to make matters worse, she dates a bunch of losers because she feels like she missed out while she was married to you. So she hates herself even further. So she's going to attack your new girlfriend or your new wife, and she's going to date these losers that want nothing to do with her children while simultaneously being mad at you for not being there 24/7, even though she's the one that left in the first place. So it's anger, it's resentment, it's her narcissism, it's selfishness. It is her looking at her children and resenting motherhood because she lost her freedom being a mom. She takes all this shit out on you because she expected you to come into her life and change the man that you actually are. She ignored all of the red flags that you have. And every single time that you changed for her, you changed into somebody that she didn't even like in the first place, and she hates herself for that. So no, it's not that you were never a good dad. It's just the only way that she can live, breathe, and survive as like justification for all of her poor behavior is to paint you as the villain. Okay, bye. So let's be so for real. 99.9% of your relationship problems are caused by women scrolling themselves into a downward spiral. Let me explain. As we all know, the majority of social media is geared towards women. And there's so much useless information on this app about, oh, you know, your boyfriend didn't get you flowers. That means he hates you. Oh, he's not sleeping with you. That means there's someone else. Oh, he stopped at the gas station. That means he doesn't like you. Oh, he comes home from a 14-hour shift and doesn't help you with laundry. So that's his weaponized incompetence. He actually forgets dates and anniversaries or something because he's forgetful. Then he's intentionally being a narcissist and forgetting information to gaslight you. When he's trying to control the finances because you overspend, now he's financially abusive. If he's on Twitter, that means he's cheating on you and looking at half-naked girls. If he stays at work late, that means he has a work wife and he's cheating on you. If he forgets something at the grocery store, then he's intentionally doing it because it's his weaponized incompetence. Women will literally sit here and scroll for 3 fucking hours, and then you will be at work and all of a sudden you're fighting because she saw a TikTok that triggered her and now she thinks that you are cheating on her. And the worst part about it is it gives no space for men to be unhappy. It gives no space for men to be depressed or have their own mental health issues. It gives no fucking room for these men to even have a normal job, because if he's not texting fast enough, then he hates you. It doesn't give any room for men to make mistakes. It doesn't give men any room to speak up or talk about anything without being labeled a narcissist or an abuser or whatever bullshit that social media is telling women. It gives men no space to have hobbies or be a normal human being, because inherently these men are out here just cheating, lying, scamming, and being pieces of shit all across the fucking country. And, you know, it has nothing to do with the fact that she has sat there and overanalyzed some bullshit that somebody said on TikTok, and now you're in a fight for the next 3 weeks because she's in a downward spiral because she does it to herself. The funny thing is it comes from a bunch of bitter ass, miserable women who probably just broke up with their boyfriend that are saying all of this bullshit that are causing problems in your relationship. And the only reason that she needs so much reassurance is because she's sending herself into these downward spirals, and she's still expecting you to pick up the pieces even when you've done nothing wrong. These women are delusional because other women are making them delusional based on the information that they're retaining every single day, and I just don't think this is talked about enough. Okay, bye.
I mean, a lot of these modern women are unstable. They just are. They throw themselves into a downward spiral and they get mad when you don't spiral with them. It's just too much foolishness going on.
I swear to God, if one more woman comes on this app and says what a wonderful, exceptional, phenomenal husband or boyfriend she has, and then describes him as kind, nice, reliable, responsible, cleans, does laundry, helps around the house, is good and kind with his kids.
Let's just remember that any person that has to make a laundry list of what they consider the bare minimum is likely a person that can't meet those expectations themselves. These are the same types of women that will come online and ask men what the equivalent to flowers is for men. These are probably the same women that don't know how to be kind unless it benefits them or there's some motive behind it. These are the same women that can't take constructive criticism. These are the same women that are aggressive to their children and the people around them. These are the same types of women that are manipulators, because who walks around making a tally list of what a person is or isn't doing only to minimize them down to the bare minimum, and you don't think that's toxic and delusional. These are the same types of women that in their motherhood, they think heating up dino nuggets and taking out carry out every single night and giving your kids a tablet with zero interaction makes motherhood so difficult. But based off her logic, that's the bare minimum. And everything that she's doing and everything that she's putting in, including that emotional labor that women love to cry about, would be considered the bare minimum. And if a man were to come online and minimize a good woman down to literally nothing, there would be outrage and he would be considered misogynistic. And then the majority of women will say some dumb shit like, well, this is stuff that we do every single day and we don't need praise or applause. Then why do you feel the need to come online every single day and prove that you're a good mother? Prove that you're changing through God or some form of therapy or on a healing girl era? Why do you have to come online and show all of the things that you're doing around the house if you don't need constant praise? Because you do, and you're full of fucking shit when you say that. And misery loves company, so of course she has to make this post to feel better about herself for not having any of those attributes that she listed, while simultaneously minimizing good men down because you can't attract them in the first place. But also, misery loves company, so she wants women to minimize other men for her so she can feel less shitty about her hatred for men in the first place. Okay, bye.
The women that you really have to look out for that have major fucking red flags are the women that are chameleon women that change their entire identity and personality to fit the guy that they're dating. These are the types of women that when you ask them what they bring to the table, they're able to mimic exactly everything that you're looking for because they're faking their entire existence based on what you are telling them so you can like them. These women are so desperate for attention and for people to like them that they will literally pick up different hobbies, maybe get into sports, get into religion, get into whatever the fuck you're into just to pretend that she's like you and you guys have the same interests. These are the same types of women that have no self-worth and need validation from other people, so she's constantly going to keep her exes around, and she's actually going to be nicer to her exes after the breakup than she was ever in the relationship because she likes that feeling of being the nice girl. These women are so fucking dangerous because they are so good at manipulation that they can literally turn any situation back on you. These women are so good at gaslighting and manipulation that literally you don't even know that she's faking her entire personality until she breaks up with you and changes her personality and her interest for the next guy. And you're sitting there like, what the fuck? She never liked horses when I was with her. What the fuck? She never liked going to the beach, but I guess it's because she has a surfer boyfriend. These are the same types of women that have no friends, have no self-worth, have no identity, and her best friend is probably her mom because her mom is her biggest enabler. These women will absolutely fucking ruin your life because she is only with people that are going to benefit her, make her image look good, make her personality look good. She doesn't want to be exposed for the piece of shit person that she actually is. And she will always manipulate the situation so you look like the bad guy. There is nothing in the world that can convince me that these are not the worst types of women because it is so hard to prove that these women are faking it the entire time. And the sad part is that you will think that you found the love of your life and the perfect girl for you, but literally she's a walking nightmare. Okay, bye. Let me get this straight. Bitter ass baby moms will intentionally and deliberately try to ruin the relationship between him and his kids. She will financially abuse him either through means of child support or extracurricular activities and hide income or hide the fact that she's making more money so his child support doesn't go down. She will talk shit about him and tarnish his relationship with his children. She will brainwash the kids against him and believe that he wants nothing to do with them, even though he's been in court for years trying to get even 30% of his time back with them, and they'll never know it. She will villainize him. She will victimize herself. And she will try to play the hero in a fucked up situation that she created and then actually turn around and say that it's in the best interest of her children. This is all while simultaneously claiming that he's abusive, that he's narcissistic, that he never showed up for the children, even though he was never abusive, controlling, narcissistic while they were married. She's just mad because the relationship didn't work out. Yeah, make it make sense. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I guess it does make sense. If you sit there all day and just talk about or drum up things in your mind, and then what they'll do is they'll go to their friends and ask them, am I tripping? Am I okay? Is it me? No, honey, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. You're perfectly valid. And your feelings, you're so valid to feel that way. You're lying. Flat out lying. What she's doing is so far out of bounds. Somebody needs to put a stop to that and hold her accountable. But of course you won't do that because, she's your bestie and you're going to need her when you decide to talk crazy in a few weeks as well. So y'all keep on ping-ponging off of each other, not doing what you're supposed to be doing, holding each other accountable, and y'all just get sillier and sillier.